All right, guys, welcome back to the Manhinder Roxor channel. It's been about 2 weeks since my last post. Got a few things done and I wanted to share them with you today. Obviously, first you can see that the full rollover protection system finally came in. I just put that on last night. That's the factory rollover protection system. So I didn't make any video of it, of the install, because it's fairly simple. Didn't even come with instructions. It's just unbolt the one that came on there, the shorter one, and bolt this one in its place. So I will point out though that after doing the install, the easiest way to do it was to install the top rails here first and align the holes there with the bolts for the bolts on the sides, for both sides, passenger and driver, and then the bolts on the top, bolts on the sides for these two posts, then the bolts on the top, and then finally bolt down the rear bar there to the wheel fenders. That was the easiest way to get all the holes lined up. After playing around with it a little bit, might save you some time if you're going to be doing the same install. Don't forget to put these pins in, or the bolts up front there, but don't tighten anything up until everything is lined up and in place. Next, I made in anticipation for the tags that make it street legal. I made this out of plexi right here, my tag holder. I just took an old motorcycle tag that I had in the garage and he traced it, cut out the plexi, and then I used 2 button head bolts and I recessed them into the plexi, and then just drilled all the holes out using factory holes that are on the factory bumper. So that's just a temporary solution for now. I eventually plan on replacing the rear bumper with the Roxor Performance rear bumper. I chose the Roxor Performance rear bumper because it sticks out about 4 or 5 inches and it'll provide some protection for the rear body work there. So that's going to be one of my upcoming projects, is the Roxor Performance rear bumper. All right, while I'm back here, I guess you can see that I have a new exhaust. So this is the Roxor Performance straight pipes, catback straight pipe I think it's called. I didn't make a video of that either because I was doing the install by myself and it was already difficult doing the install with only 2 hands. But I will walk you through it and show you what it takes. So this is from the passenger side underneath. You can see where the exhaust here mates up to the downpipe from the turbo. And this is from the front of the Roxor looking back. So when you're removing the factory bumper, or the factory pipe, there's going to be a connection here. Basically, all you have to do is unbolt the 3 bolts that connect to the turbo downpipe. Disconnect the 3 bolts that go here, and then you have in the rear the 2 hangers which just pull off. I think it sounds really good. It makes it really sound like a tractor. You can really hear it. Increases the sound of the turbo. I'm happy with it. I think it's awesome. I'm going to start it up for you here just so you get an idea of what it sounds like. exit pipe here. I cut off about 5 inches. I left about 4 inches there behind that rear pipe hanger. It comes extra long, I guess, so you could cut it off where you want it. In my case, I think this was a good size, and since that Roxor Performance bumper is going to stick out about 4 or 5 inches, this should line up right with the edge of the Roxor Performance bumper. The only modification really that I had to do for this pipe system was this bar here. This was the side hanger that usually hangs out the side when with the factory exhaust that comes off the side there. I had to drill one of the holes right there. So I drilled one hole, and then I used one of the factory holes that was already there. You can see it in here a little bit. After I drilled that hole out, I did prime and paint just to prevent any future rust. But even though I had to drill that hole, you can see it still looks like a factory install. Hope you could get the sound. It sounds really good. Sounds a lot beefier. That was about 400 bucks. I'll include the link to Roxor Performance in the description, and I'll include the link to Roxor Off-Road for that rollover protection system. I think it looks a lot better than the first, or the factory rollover protection system. It makes the Roxor look more proportioned correctly. The shorty kind of looks funny unless you have a cover on it. My next projects are to put a bikini top on this for a little bit of protection from the elements, and get that rear bumper and probably the front bumper. I'm going to go with a different one than the Roxor Performance bumper. I want to kind of go with the factory Roxor Off-Road bumper. They sell it as a combo kit. The high cut, heavy duty front bumper with the stinger and the mounting plate for the winch, all for 500 bucks as a set. The rear Roxor Performance bumper is about 500 by itself, and then another 160 if you want the hitch receiver. All right, sorry it's taking so long to get another video up. I'll try to do them every 2 weeks. Been really busy at work, so it's kind of tough. I've been doing these projects almost in the middle of the night just till I can get them done. But hope you enjoyed, and we'll catch you in about 2 weeks.